OCC champion could be determined this afternoon as the Ashland Lady Arrows are one win away from clinching its first OCC championship since 2014. But standing in their way, the four-time defending OCC champion Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets, who need a win to stay alive. It's coming your way free on all your smart devices, smartphone, TV, PC, tablet, and it's coming your way next.
Mild or spicy?
Ooh, spicy.
Lab or poodle? Back roads or highways?
Back roads.
Okay, which Fritos?
That is a tough one.
Fritos, down for everything.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Brookside Park in Ashland, Ohio for today's OCC Championship Series matchup between the 15-4 Lady Arrows of Ashland and the 16-7 Lady Jackets of Mount Vernon. We welcome you inside the pregame show. I am Travis Berardi alongside the great Brian Skaronski. And Brian, you couldn't have asked for a much better day to possibly decide an OCC championship.
And a perfect matchup, too. I'm glad these two teams are playing late into the season at this time where, like you outlined before we came back, you know, the four-time defending champion of the league and then an undefeated team playing here at home with an opportunity to clinch. So there's just so much here at stake. And as you mentioned, too, gosh, it's just perfect, man. Mother Nature cooperating all week long, but today in particular, low 80s into some high 70s for tonight's contest. It is just picture perfect. Stunning day and a perfect matchup.
And let's take a look at the players for both sides. Let's start off with the Lady Jackets of Mount Vernon, who, you know, tough loss last week to Lexington, their lone loss in the OCC that makes this a must-win for them. They have to sweep Ashland this week if they want to get that 5th consecutive conference championship, but they have some players that can get the job done.
From top to bottom, buddy, team batting average above 350. They got a lot of pop, too, in the bats, 25 home runs collectively as a unit. And also, on the defensive end, Travis, this is a team that plays pretty clean in the field. They've had to develop that from the beginning of the season to now with just bringing back one starter from the team last year that made it all the way to regionals. But this is a team always just reloading, never rebuilding, and 38 players right now in the program. Pretty spectacular to see so much excitement, commitment to one common cause, and that's why the Jackets are in a position again to compete for the OCC championship. Really unprecedented what they've been able to do since joining the league.
Yeah, and we'll get more into just some of the players, but they had 20 players make it to the college ranks in the last 4 years alone, and they have more that'll make it after this season. But now let's take a look at the homestanding Lady Arrows of Ashland, who look to make some history here this afternoon behind Brandolyn Reimer, who, what a story with her. You know, we talked about this a little bit at the Wendy's Classic, just her coming back from that car accident, you know, the disc in her back, the herniated disc in her back, but she has come back out with just as much aggression as beforehand, and she's looking to lead those Lady Arrows to that first OCC championship since 2014, I believe the 3rd in school history.
Yeah, that's correct. They won the very first one back in 2004. Did it again a couple of years later, but been a bit of a drought now. 7 years since the last one in 2014, and that young lady, as you mentioned, gosh, well, what a story for her, Brandolyn Reimer. Probably most athletes would not even be in a position to be competing at this point at the level that she is, but she's just gotten stronger day by day, game by game, and Coach Mindy was telling us before the contest that she's starting to push herself even a little bit more with tournament time kicking off this week, that she wants to be out there for the full 7 innings plus if needed.
Yeah, and while we have a second here, we have to thank a lot of people for help making this game possible. This was supposed to be at Ashland High School, but, you know, both athletic departments, both teams, Jason Goings at Ashland, especially the folks here at Brookside Park, everybody came together and were able to move this so we could bring this huge softball matchup today live and free. So we want to thank everybody that helped make things possible, and you as well, Brian, for help pulling some strings to get this on, because, you know, I mean, these softball players deserve to have this game on the OH Report tonight.
I mean, it was just my idea, so I'm not sure that I really did a lot other than just stayed in the conversation with everybody, but hey, after being told 2-3 times, like, sorry, it's just not going to work out, eventually everybody was able to come to some common ground, and here we are, OCC championship on the line for the Lady Arrows.
And we'll go down to the field for the national anthem. Just about ready to go here from Brookside Park, Ashland and Mount Vernon. The OCC Championship Series, if you may. Ashland just needs to win 1 of 2 to clinch the OCC. Mount Vernon, if they get the victory, they get it. They force a deciding game on Friday at home, but 16-7, 9-1 in the conference. Team batting average of .356, 25 homers, and their team ERA of .365. A team that continues to just retool, rebuild, despite losing big numbers at graduation every year. They just keep getting more solid players out there. And then on the other side, Ashland, and just behind Raymer, as well as freshman sensation Makari Chapman. They've split duties, both 11 appearances this year. Raymer with 10 games started, Chapman with 6 games started. Both good ERAs, both can strike out players. And just, I guess, being able to have Chapman has really helped out Raymer this year just to get back into, the tune of things after her injury.
I think you can make the argument that the freshman is the most important player on the team because she brings that to the lineup. It gives Brandon Lynn an opportunity to not have to be an everyday starter or pitch the full allotment of innings when she's not feeling 100%. So what she's been able to do, and as much as she's improved from the start of the season where she was really good, however, continuing to get better, almost hitting 500 on the season is Makari. And an opportunity tonight as well, Travis, with one more dinger, can tie the school record. So she's been really a welcome sight to the lineup, and in my opinion, maybe the most important piece that they've added to this roster heading into the 2022 season.
Yeah, both teams, one big piece to their squad out with injury. First, we want to shout out Emma Calkins, who's watching. She had some mouth surgery this week, so she's unable to play in this one, but she's watching, so we want to give her a shout out. She one of the leaders out there, 464 average, 6 home runs, 21 RBI. And then on the other side, Kristen Stromack, a hand injury that knocked her out for the rest of the season, so 2 players out. But both of these teams have so many good players off the bench that can make up for it. But, really looking forward to it. And we're really looking forward to you guys watching. If you want to give us a shout-out on Facebook or YouTube, just comment in the comments section, or on Twitter at #VanZone. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're rooting for, because, well, this game, it's underway. First pitch, just high, ball 1 to Lily Erb. 360 average coming into this one. 3 extra base hits, 2 doubles, and a triple.
Showing bunt here to start.
A nice 82 degrees at first pitch. 1-0 pitch, and it hits her. So a leadoff runner for Mount Vernon. That's the 6th time that Erb has been hit this season. Any way possible just to get on there, and it hit a tough place on the body to get hit. She's hopefully able to work that out. Bit of a stinger there.
That's what you want from your leadoff girl, though. Willing to give up the body, step in there, get drilled right in the small of the back for the betterment of the team, and looks like she's shaking it off. And she'll stay out there to run.
That'll bring up Kennedy Ensley. Just underway here on the Amato's Woodfired Pizza scoreboard. 391 average for Ensley. First pitch bunted to third. Schmitz overthrows first base. Erb's going to round third. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's cut off, and the error scores a run as Mount Vernon strikes first, 2 batters in.
I almost wonder if the cutoff didn't potentially cost the Arrows a chance to try to get a play at the plate there. As you're checking it out here on the Frito Lay replay, nice heads-up running there by Erb to turn the corner, but then the cutoff comes when she's only about halfway to home plate. Nevertheless, Mount Vernon getting on the board first, no outs.
And this is the start that you need for a Mount Vernon squad that thinks they're the underdogs. That might be the first time you've heard something like that during the regular season in about 10 years for these Lady Jackets. But, hey, the underdog, you strike first, you strike early and often, gives you a chance to win, and 2 batters in, they have the lead.
And Coach Mindy just kind of giggled at that when we said, yeah, Mount Vernon said that they're kind of utilizing that underdog role here today. She was like, what? On what planet are these Jackets ever an underdog? And, well, from the start of the game, you can see clearly that they're not going to be outclassed today.
Max Schlosser takes strike 1. And also a team that's number 9 in their district, a district of 48 teams. So I don't know how you're an underdog in that terms, but Mount Vernon will be hosting a sectional later this week.
Defending district champions as well.
The 0-1 looking bunt. She pulled back. It's 1-1.
Schlosser hitting .311 on the season, looking for her 24th hit of the campaign. And she's one of their sluggers. I believe leads the team in ribbies, got 25 of them on the year, 6 dingers.
Yeah, there's a lot of power on this squad. Almost everybody on this lineup's hit one out of the park. The 1-1 pitch upcoming. Bunted. Throw on the first, and it hits the runner. Another throwing error, and that's going to score another run. Throw to second, not in time, and it's 2-0. Little bit of an errant throw at the batter that time, not outside of the bag. It hits her, goes into right field, and Coach Baker out to talk to her team after 2 throwing errors, puts 2 runs on the board for Mount Vernon.
And it looks like Matt got hit in the right shoulder with that ball that was headed on its way to first. Seen her trying to rub it out a little bit, so a couple of jackets bruised up here in the opening inning, and perhaps a bit of nerves here too also for Ashland. They haven't been in a position to capture a league crown in a while, so everybody on this roster, they've been looking up the leaderboard at this Jackets team throughout the duration of their high school careers. Maybe feeling a little bit tense here early on, OH Reports in the building, live and free, chance to capture the crown. Just need to ease into the afternoon.
Well, this is what Mount Vernon does, though. They put the ball in play, make the other team make the mistake, and that's what made them such a good squad. They're just so good fundamentally, getting those bunts down, just doing the simple things, and it's worked, especially this season. First pitch to Kenzie Crownapple. Fouled off for strike 1. Crownapple batting .443 this season. 26 RBI in the cleanup spot. If you're Ashland right now, you just need to get an out. Get back, into the tune of things defensively. The 0-1 pitch. Another bunt fouled back. 0-2.
You look at a team that's got almost 70 extra base hits as a unit coming out here exclusively bunting so far and paying off.
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess that's what's experience too. We talked about this team, a lot of first-year, second-year varsity players, but because they've been able to play this JV schedule, they've been able to play travel ball in the past couple of years. They know exactly what to do, and they're selfless by not, swinging for the fences every time, just taking what the other team gives you. 0-2 pitch. High, ball 1.
I think it could be a huge emotional lift here for Ashland, as you mentioned. I think if Raymer can get a punch-out, strikeout, be best-case scenario here if you're a Lady Ace fan.
Brandolin coming in with 88 strikeouts. She is 22 away from the school record. 499 the record right now. If she can get number 500, she owns it herself. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, and she does get the strikeout for out number 1, and maybe a little bit of a sigh of relief there for the Lady Arrows.
Yeah, I definitely think so. Sit a girl down. You just had the big meeting there inside of the pitcher circle, so it paid off. You got what you needed. 1 down. And this lineup, even at the back end, though, still pretty dangerous, so you got to stay aggressive in the pitching circle here if you're Brandolin.
First pitch to Mount Vernon starter Riley Pope. Just a bit high for ball 1. Pope, 368 average on the year. 10 extra base hits, 8 doubles, 2 homers, 16 RBI, 16 runs scored. I also like, you're going to get the RBI numbers from everybody, but you're getting high run numbers from everybody as well. Just tells how great of a lineup from 1 to 9 this Mount Vernon squad is. The 1-0 fouled back. We're even at 1.
You can tell Raymer really reached back for that one. Gave it a little bit of extra juice.
Beautiful day here at the ballpark to come watch. Oh, need a pretzel. That looks good right there. Get some nacho cheese with it. Maybe later go get some ice cream across the street. Perfect day all around.
Brought my kids out here as well today to kind of soak up some of this sunshine, be a part of the afternoon and the atmosphere. And like you mentioned, ice cream just across the street over at the Red Barn, so it's a great place to take in a high school softball game.
Kids got to be having a good time. I haven't seen them yet here, so I guess they're out there on the playground. 1-1 pitch from Raymer. Just inside, ball 2. Pope has 4 walks this season. So Mount Vernon, first 2 batters have scored on throwing errors via the bunt. An early 2-0 lead here for Mount Vernon. Reimer, the 2-1. Just inside, it's 3-1.
Nice patience there by Riley not to bite on either of the last 2 pitches. Sometimes hitters, they'll want to kind of turn on those inside pitches. She's held off and now ahead in the count.
This is a hitter's count. You're looking for something right down the middle. If it isn't anything you like, you don't have to swing at it. We'll see if the Mount Vernon pitcher can help herself out here and extend this lead. The 3-1. Fouled back right towards us. Count is full. I was ready for that. Almost came into our broadcast area.
Yeah, it's nearly an impossible angle for them to pop it in here, but still, it gets my nerves on high alert every time it comes up and over the top of that fence. And I see K9 Can is back.
Ah, yes.
Picking up where we left off on the Windy. So already 3 dogs making the broadcast. We're not even a half inning in.
Even though they're on TV, they're looking right at us. The payoff pitch. Strike 3 got her looking. Big pitch there on the outside corner. 2 down. What a way to fight back from 3-1. Actually, it was right down the middle. Looked like Pope was looking off speed there and got the fastball.
Yeah, it's nasty right there. Just reaching back, giving her the old number 1. As you mentioned, pretty close to right down Main Street. Pope just couldn't bite up the nerve to swing.
Brings up Addison Christopher, a 308 average this season. Reimer now with 90 strikeouts on the season. That one inside, ball 1.
Brandon's fallen behind here a couple of times in this opening inning. Mount Vernon hasn't really made her pay outside of the throwing innings, though. Errors, I should say.
And if she can keep it to 2 runs, you know what this offense that Ashland has, it's doable. You have a whole game still to play. The 1-0 pitch. Ground ball up the middle, base hit. Round third is Slosher. She will score, and it's 3-0 Mount Vernon on the RBI single by Christopher.
Her 22nd RBI on the season. Beautiful piece of hitting right there. And it was almost right on cue. Hadn't made her pay yet. Boom. Smacks it right up the middle in between the defenders. RBI single.
And those are the best hits when you're on offense. There's 2 out. RBIs to add on a little bit. When it seemed like Ashland was taking that momentum right back, Mount Vernon strikes for its 3rd run here in the 1st. Sydney Silvery. Up the bat is Haley Long will call timeout and reset the defense. 3 runs on only 1 hit, 2 errors and 1 hit batter in this top of the 1st. 3-0 in this must-win for the Lady Jackets to stay alive in the OCC race.
Got to be very pleased with the start if you're Mount Vernon, and with ducks on the pond here, still a chance to add to it.
First pitch, ground ball to short. Miller up on the first, gets the out, but Mount Vernon strikes for 3 unearned runs. They lead 3-0. Ashland coming up with their first at bat.
or spicy?
Spicy.
Lab or poodle? Back roads or highways?
Back roads.
Okay, which Fritos?
That is a tough one.
Fritos. Down for everything.
Three unearned runs in the top of the first by Mount Vernon has them ahead 3-0. Ashland looking to get back in this in their first at-bat of the game. Travis Berardi here alongside Brian Skoronski on a beautiful Tuesday afternoon at Brookside Park. The OCC Championship Series. You'll hear this a couple times today. Mount Vernon needs to win today and at home on Friday against Ashland to clinch. Ashland, they just need one win out of the next two to get it. First up for the Lady Arrows, Natalie Atkins, 349 with the average this year. Although she gets on, she's fast, 11 stolen bases. First pitch from Riley Pope, taken high for ball one, the Division II University of Findlay commit. One of 5 players on this squad.
That's kind of the regular for this Mount Vernon program at this point. They've got a feeder system unlike any that we have in North Central Ohio.
That's why they're so good.
Almost 40 players going out for the softball team. How often do you hear of a program having 2 junior varsities?
I was shocked when I read that last night. Ball inside, 3-0. Atkins ahead in the count. Ashland needs this to start off, but yeah, I was reading up on some of those things last night. And just see, I did a double take. 2 JV teams. When you could barely get JV teams on other squads, you get 2 at Mount Vernon. That ball taken for a strike. It's 3-1.
Can be a gift and a curse, though, for the program, as their coach was outlining to us. As we get a walk here, that's going to be the 9th of the season for Atkins.
And a great start with her speed. Let's see if Ashland can turn this into a run.
But when you've got so many good girls that are seniors and juniors, it's tough for a freshman or a sophomore, of course, to get into the lineup, and they do, and you're going to see some here today, but they're a little bit more of a rarity for a team like Mount Vernon, so you won't have very many 3-year starters where you know that you can rely on a girl as that shot right at the left fielder.
Macy Baker, I don't know, that's wrong side. Carly Kennedy makes the catch, one away. But, yeah, they graduated 10 seniors last year,
right,
and they have 9 on the squad this year with 3 juniors. That retooling. But we said with Coach, he said you get pros and cons from it. The cons, these players don't play that much with each other on a varsity level. But the pros, they're some pretty darn good ball players, and they can get with it quick. That ball taken for a strike. Quick throw down to first, safe. But after the leadoff walk, Pope ahead in the count. 3-0 on the Amato's Wood-Fired Pizza scoreboard. You and I have had some Amatos in the past. Really good pizza down there.
Huge fan of Amato's and all the appetizers that I've tried on the menu, too.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
And also, if you're of age, they have some good beverages as well. I know they have some Phoenix Brewery beers down there.
Yeah.
1-1. Gets away. That's going to be a pass ball. And Atkins will get the second. Then she's going to try for third. Slides in there. Safe! Heads up base running as the catcher was slow to get back there, and she gets 2 bases out of it.
Can you believe the intestinal fortitude of that young lady? To look dead square in the eyes of the catcher. So she turns. She sees that the catcher has the ball looking right at her, and she's like, guess what? I'm still too fast.
And she's just able to get her hand in there. So now, runner on third with 1 out. All you need to do really is hit the ball to the right side. Mount Vernon will allow that run to score to get an out early on. So you just need to put this into play, and you'll get the Lady Arrows on the board.
So a big spot here for Haley Lang, committed to Ohio State. What a season she had as a sophomore. She's continued it here as a junior.
500 average, 6 home runs. Her and Chapman both as she takes ball 4 just outside and another walk. Runners on the corners, but the next home run for Lang or Chapman, school record. But just to have 2 players with 6 home runs on this squad, kind of like Mount Vernon, you have a lot of players on the squad that can hit it out of the park. That power, you just need that, especially at the Division I level.
And that's why 3 runs, you're definitely not safe, especially this early on in the game. We're expecting quite a bit of offense here, even though both starting pitchers by their own right have been dominant at times. But sometimes offense is king, and I'm expecting there to be the winner's going to have more than 3 runs today.
Yeah, this might be a shootout. Iceman up the middle. That's going to drop in for a base hit. 1 run's going to score. Long is going to get the third. They're going to send her around third to the plate. She is out at the plate because she didn't slide no matter what.
Wow, great throw.
What a throw to the plate to get her out for the second out. Iceman gets the second, but Ashland does get on the board. It's an RBI single.
Yeah, kind of stunning there that we don't see a slide to try to take it into home plate.
That's a single and a throw out from center field.
And that throw from center field, there wasn't like a ton of pace on it, but it was
right on the line.
Right where
Yes,
it needed to be.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
So that'll bring up the pitcher, Brandon Reimer. That's a high fly ball to right field. But under it for the catch is Lily Erb. Just got under a little too much. Erb makes the catch. But the Lady Arrows, they strike for 1. After 1 inning, it's 3-1 Mount Vernon.
Mild or
Top of the second coming up here at Brookside Park. Mount Vernon with the 3-1 lead. Ashland kind of ran themselves out of that inning. We were discussing if runner stops there at third, that Reimer fly ball's a sac fly, but it took a perfect throw, so I don't really blame coach for sending her on that.
Just want to see perhaps a little bit more of an effort to get down, get dirty. Foot first slide, make it a little bit more challenging for the Tech.
And you know what? It might have surprised her that they even tried the throw from center field. She may have thought that she easily had that beaten, but perfect throw. Mount Vernon limits the damage to only 1 run. Kiana Harris, the designated player, up for Mount Vernon. Harris, a .432 average. She takes ball 2. Looking at some notable Mount Vernon alumni. OH Report Director Adam Thompson, class of 2001.
Probably the most notable to come from that school of all time, at least here around OH Report. I tell you what.
2-0 pitch from Reimer. Right in there for strike 1. Take a look at the crowd here, enjoying this summer-like atmosphere here in May. This tournament started yesterday as well in the softball side of things. Sectional semifinals going off.
Yeah, we're
catches
getting,
the corner strike
getting a
too.
full week of beautiful weather, just right at the right time.
Yeah.
And it looks like next week as well for the start of the boys tournament and then into the district round for the ladies. Mother Nature, she gave us some tests, I think, along the way throughout the month of April with all the snow and the rain and all the yada yadas. You just want to get past those days, but it's opened things up here for the month of May in a beautiful tournament.
2-2 pitch. Fouled off. We'll go again.
Ooh.
And that almost deflected in here. That's a way for the ball to come into this area. Stays at 2 balls, 2 strikes. But yeah, not supposed to see, knock on wood, any rain until Saturday, but softball section will end on Friday this week, so that helps out. And then next week again, you know, finally getting that warmth. Reimer with the 2-2 pitch again. And she hits the batter.
Second hit batter today here for Brandolin as Harris trots her way over to first base.
And that kind of just slipped out of her hand as well when she, you know, she kind of knew that right. She let go. She flinched. So another leadoff base runner for the Lady Jackets is Grace Bates, the 9-hitter. First pitch to Bates, swing and a miss. Swung through that one, snapped her the first, safe. Three to 1 here, top 2. 3 unearned runs by the Lady Jackets. Bates, one of the freshmen on this team, getting some time since Calkins out with that injury, or surgery, I should say.
Yeah, another shout out to Emma, who had to get her, some of her
oral surgery, mouth, some. I don't know if it was exactly wisdom teeth or just some of the bone in the mouth, but you know, you want to get that out of the way, especially before you go to college.
Yeah, no question. And Coach was saying that she's kind of the vocal leader on the team too, so you got to make sure that you're in prime form to be able to be at the top of your vocal game when the tournament comes around.
0-2 pitch by Reimer. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got her on 3 straight pitches. 1 down as we go back to the top of the order. That was only the 10th plate appearance for Bates. So one of the rare occasions you're seeing a freshman getting some playing time here on this Mount Vernon squad, but you know, she's earned it. And a good look, but just a little late on those pitches.
And here's Herb, showing Bun here, Chavez, the top of the lineup for Mount Vernon, how they were able to get on base. Exactly this. Small ball.
Take strike 1. Runner on first, 1 away here. Top 2 in this OCC Championship Series. Reimer with the 0-1. High, ball 2. Or ball 1. 1-1. That's right, I think, yeah. You know, this is a great test for these two squads going into tournament as well. You're getting good tests right before you get into it. You're also playing meaningful ball already as well. Gets you right into that, you know, that mindset to get into that tournament atmosphere. You know, you have some teams that play lesser squads and, you know, might get a 10-run rule or something, then maybe go in a little bit flat to that first tournament game. But these two, they're going to be going, you know, at full speed after this series.
Yeah, it's very unique, spring sports and what they're able to offer, where your OCC championship games are sprinkled in around your tournament games. Just
and that has
part
to do
of
with
how
the weather
it is
as well, but actually this was scheduled, wasn't it? This was supposed to be scheduled for this week, so they were supposed to play tomorrow, but I believe I think it's Ashland has their game.
I believe they play Fremont Ross at home tomorrow.
Winner gets to go to Toledo for that one. But Ashland with high hopes. They think they have a chance of possibly making a regional this year. And, I mean, with the power they have, the pitching they have, they could very well do it. They just need to clean up that defense. popped out of play. We'll go again at 1 and 2.
Yeah, big cut that time for Lily, trying to go down the third base line. It's a little bit too much pull.
So we will go again at 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 hit each. But Mount Vernon taking advantage of a couple errors in that first inning. Looking to add on here with a runner on first and 1 away. Reimers 1-2. High, ball 2 or even.
Trying to get the batter to chase that time. She wasn't taking the bait. It was probably a full 6-7 inches off the plate that time.
And that's what makes pitchers, that's what separates great pitchers from good pitchers, is being able to move the ball around, not just throw it right down the middle as hard as you can. You keep that batter guessing. 2-2 pitch. Swung. It hits her. But if she swung, that's actually a strike. But I don't know if it hit her and she did not go all the way through. The umpire, that's the umpires. They're going to have to look. Did she check her swing or went through? It's going to be close. I think she might have checked it. If she did, then that's another hit batter. But she got it right on the wrist.
Yeah, second time Lily's been hit in 2 at-bats so far. So hopefully they brought some ice and some Band-Aids for the trip home to Mount Vernon tonight.
And the umpire did say she checked it, so she will get first base.
I wonder if that's a result of the injury here. Feeling a little bit here for Lily Erb that she took that big collision for the second time.
And that's just tough because coming around with that swing, it just hit her right in there. Reimer was trying to get that inside corner, just a little bit off on her release, and that's the difference. As Mount Vernon will get first and second here.
Well, for all you folks watching at home in Mount Vernon tonight, for a limited time only, you can try Amato's Morel Mushroom Pizza.
Ooh.
It's either in-store or by ordering by the phone. So it's so exclusive, there are no online orders for this particular pie. Holler at Amato's 740-393-2003.
Good to see Herb staying in. So, those things sting. Have you ever been drilled with a 60-mile-an-hour softball pitch?
I've never really had the opportunity, Trav. I can't say that I have, but I might step in and give it a whirl.
Gilmore it. First pitch to Hensley, taken for a strike, but
I did try to hit off of a young lady named Sydney Studer, All-Ohioan at Colonel Crawford a few years ago, but she never drilled me with a pitch. She gave me some heat. I swung. I took my licks in terms of my emotional licks. I wasn't able to catch up with the heater, but never actually felt one on my ribs or my hand or anything. So I cannot relate to poor Lily over there, who's been on the brunt of 2 Brandon Limbramer fastballs.
Hensley offered there, but takes strike 2 right at the bottom of the strike zone, so she's down 0-2.
I figured when I said 1 is up would be a good enough cue.
Hensley once again looking to bunt those runners over, but now with an 0-2 count, she's probably going to try and swing this.
It's a pretty big spot here for Mount Vernon to tag a couple more on the board here in the second inning.
Popped up. Is that going to get out? It won't.
Oh.
And making a nice catch.
Beautiful.
Haley Long right into the fence for the second out. What a play there to, keep her eye on the ball because it looked like it was about to hit the top of the fence, but she kept with it, made the catch, and now there's 2 down, bringing up Schlosser.
Yeah, awesome play that time by the catcher to be able to just see it that quickly, get her head around, and before it was able to touch the cage there, it was really close, really close to being one of those in-betweeners, and just a heck of a web gem there by Miss Lang.
And like at most ball fields, the backstop at the top of the fence, it kind of juts inward, to catch some of those foul balls. So that's something you have to play with as well. Is it going to hit the fence? Is that going to throw you off? But no, she kept her eye right on the ball, kept composed, and made that basket catch for out number 2, which could be a big one if Raymer can get out number 3 here and keep Mount Vernon off the board. And I believe Olivia Adams. How you doing?
What's up, guys?
Just happened to see myself on the screen. That's a good thing.
Did it frighten you a little bit?
No, I just say, oh, hey, look, it's me. Don't know why you want to see me on here, but nonetheless, first pitch catches the corner, strike one to Schlosser. But as I was about to say, Olivia Adams now pinch running at first for Herb.
Yeah, I think Lily's pretty shaken up. I see she's actually outside of the dugout now. She's getting some medical treatment for that wrist. So on that check swing where she got hit, I think it might cost her the rest of the contest.
Ball outside now. With softball rules, you're allowed to have a pinch runner and still re-enter. So if she's, she can get patched up before the end of the inning, and she can still go back out there. But that's something worth watching as the leadoff for Mount Vernon getting looked at the moment. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Schlosser. Reimer trying to get out of the inning. Just high, ball 2.
Nice at bat so far here for Mac. Coach said she's probably the emotional leader of the team. The only returning starter on the team. Playing third base where she's most comfortable. She tried to, because she's such a good athlete, move to shortstop early on in the season and made the decision after that. You know what? Just more comfortable at third. Let's stick with it. And she's been great from the plate all year.
2-1, fouled off. We're even at 2. Also, Reimer, after the accident, she had to change up her delivery. Her regular delivery, she said she could only maybe throw 3 times without her back really bothering her. So she had to change up to this longer twisting delivery. And she said she's now getting to the point where she's comfortable with it. You've seen her a couple times go a little bit too far in, but once she gets that really knocked down, especially if she can get it here within the next week, she's back to that pitcher that we saw before. And I mean, even right now, she's one of the best pitchers in the area. 2-2 pitch. Check swing, strike 3. Got her frozen, and she strands 2 on. After an inning and a half, Mount Vernon 3, Ashland 1. Live and free on the OH Report.
Mild or spicy?
Ooh, spicy.
Lab or poodle? Back roads or highways?
Back roads.
Okay, which Fritos?
That is a tough one.
Fritos. Down for everything.
Six, 7, 8 batters coming up here. Bottom 2 for the Lady Arrows of Ashland. 3-1 your score. Mount Vernon scoring 3 times in the top of the first. Ashland with a run in the second. Could have gotten more, but a perfect throw by Mount Vernon's center fielder, Lily Erb. Gunned down the runner and really kept them to only 1 run. Travis Berardi alongside OH Report founder, CEO, president, you name it, that's him, Brian Skoronsky.
I just go by El Presidente. None of the other stuff is really necessary, Travis.
First pitch to Taylor Schmitz, taken for ball 1. What do you do it all, though, Brian?
Well, I try, and I see Lily Erb doing her best to do it all here after taking that shot on the wrist. She is back in at center fielder, where you mentioned, dude, she's had the play of the game so far, where she gunned down the Lady Arrow at the plate. It would have made it 3-2 at the time, and still a runner in scoring position. Totally changed the momentum of the game, I think, there.
Yeah, she gunned down long, the catcher at the plate. Swing and a miss, strike one there by Schmitz. Schmitz, a 327 average. A double, a home run, 11 RBI, and 10 runs scored this season. She has struck out 8 times.
Back to Canine Cam. I'm seeing a new furry friend making it into the broadcast.
Pitch just a bit outside. She tried the corner and missed.
Yeah, just missed that one.
I had to. I was waiting to do that all Wendy's, but no pitches out there. That one high, ball 4. And again, Ashland with its leadoff runner on. Both teams in these first 2 innings have the leadoff runner on.
Well, you brought up the Wendy's Classic that was almost a month ago here at Brookside Park. Ashland lost to...
What a game that was, though. Hillsdale,
yeah,
one of the best small school teams, not only in the area but the state. They're a perennial power, but that was an amazing way to, I guess, finish it off. Perfect bunt down by Baker. Throw on the first. Got her there, but it moves the runner the second on the sacrifice. 1-4.
Yeah, Marcy with a perfectly placed bunt that time, advancing the runner. Just what the Lady Arrows intended.
Her 4th sacrifice bunt of the year, so you had the perfect person up there, as that brings up Serena Miller. Miller, 244 average. She does have 10 RBI. All of singles. That's going to move the runner over to third. Easy throw out. 4-3, 2 away for the 9-hitter, Hannah Miller. However, you could call her the second leadoff. She's batting .429 on the year. And she has some power. 5 extra base hits, 4 doubles, a triple. She scored 9 times. She's stolen 2 bases. She does it all.
Just 2 ribbies so far on the campaign for her. This would be a monster spot, of course, to drive in the freshman from third.
Especially when you get the leadoff runner on and use an out for a sacrifice. You have to get that run in. And continue to chip away. That could cut the lead to 3-2. Fakes the bunt. Ball gets away. In to score. It's 3-2. Schmitz easily in on the wild pitch.
Heads up play by Taylor made her break as soon as the ball got away from the catcher. Had enough speed. Excellent slide to make it just a 1-run game.
And that's the second time this inning that it's gone a little bit wide and outside. So now that bunt worked out perfectly. He got the bunt to second, the ground out opposite way. They call that a productive out. Miller lays down the bunt, and she gets in safe at first. I don't know if she beat the throw or the throw hit her. Nonetheless, she's on.
How bad did Hannah want to turn the corner here? She just lost her footing, but she definitely, I think, had the speed to get into second base.
I'm giving her a hit. That looked like she beat out the throw. So it's a base hit, and Ashland not done here as they come back to the top of the order. And Natalie Atkins, she walked to lead off the bottom of the first. Takes a strike on the corner, 0-1. And that's what she wanted to do on the wild pitch as well. She was looking for the bunt, that safety squeeze. Ends up getting it the next pitch, and she's on. Ground ball through the left side, a base hit. First and second, the tying run now on in scoring position for the Lady Arrows.
Atkins with her 23rd hit of the season. 2 runners on now here for the Lady Arrows.
And the perfect person to have up with a duck on the pond is Makari Chapman. 24 ribbies. Leads the team, tied with Haley Lang, who, hey, she's on deck. So you really can't even pitch around her because that would load it up for the Ohio State commit. Ball taken high, 1-0.
Makari on her last at bat got some pretty nice power behind it, but just right at the left fielder. A little bit more space here to right this time.
1-0 pitch. Outside 2-0, and now you're in a dangerous position to, do you try to go at her and get a strike? Do you try to just clip the corners and get a strike call that way? Because if you do walk her, like I said, you load the bases up for a 500 hitter and a D1 commit. 2-0. Low ball 3. If you're coach, do you give her the green light to swing?
Well, I'm looking at Coach Mindy right now. I couldn't really get any intel from that back and forth. I don't think so.
3-0. And she takes strike 1, so she did hold up on that. Throw down to third. She's in there. A delayed steal. That was after the fact. You and I are looking at each other, and all of a sudden, in the corner of our eye,
I'm
heads
honestly,
up base running.
I'm curious if Hannah Miller thought that it was ball 4.
Ground ball, just foul.
Because if she was
Count
really going for the steal there, I mean, the benefit of it's really not that great when you're up 3-1 in the count. But, hey, when you got that much speed, I guess you always got the green light to try to take a bag.
3 balls, 2 strikes, the count. 2 away here. Payoff pitch to Chapman. Ball 4. Bases are loaded for Haley Lang. Haley Lang with the bases loaded. Ashland with a chance to take the lead on one swing here. Big position for her and a big position for Riley Pope. Something's got to give.
Yeah, this girl's so awesome at the dish. You see what she's doing this year, 33 hits. She almost had 50 as a sophomore last season.
First pitch, line drive into the gap. That's going to score at least 2 Ashland leads. They're going to send Chapman.
Oh,
she is in. It's a bases clearing double. Ashland takes the lead 5-3.
I mean, it was best case scenario if you're a fan of the Lady A's. The right player up at the plate at the perfect time. And what does she do? Come through clutch on the home field here. Fans going wild. What a display of hitting.
And this goes back to the bunt single by Miller. Still laying that down with 2 outs, beating out the throw. Some could say that was an error. I think she would have beaten out the throw no matter what. But that kept the inning alive. A single by Atkins, a walk by Chapman, and a bases clearing double by Lang. And just like that, it's 5-3 Ashland.
Yeah, she's got 27 RBI now, Trav.
And they might add on Iceman base hit. Lang in to score. It's 6-3. A 5-run inning here for the Lady Arrows on the RBI single by Avery Iceman.
Yeah, this is gargantuan softball right here for the Lady Arrows. 2 outs, and they just continue to do work at the plate. And these can sometimes be a bit of a soul-snatching parts of the game here. When you're just 1 out away, you got the lead, and now all of a sudden, you know, one thing rolls into the next, and it compounds, and
everything with 2 outs. All runs scored with 2 outs. And that's something that also can get into the head, especially of a younger squad. Just got to get that 3rd out. They score 5 runs. It really takes it out of you. It's how you respond. Can you get that 3rd out? Can you get back into the batter's box and answer? 2-0 pitch. Taken for strike 1. So now Reimer at the plate with a 6-3 lead and gives herself a chance to add on even more. That's inside, ball 3. 9th batter to the plate for Ashland here in the 2nd inning.
I think it's probably the right move just to put Brandolin on base at this point.
Crushed down the line. It goes foul. You were saying?
Yeah, this girl's just a little bit too dangerous up there at the dish to allow her to swing away. But now, 3-2 in the count, changes things a little bit. Big moment here for Riley.
Payoff pitch. High. Ball 4. And Reimer at first didn't realize it was ball 4, but she will.
Well,
And that brings up Schmitz for the second time this inning.
Well, I think Brandon just wanted to swing again. She was like, can I have one more? Please, sir.
And that'll do it for Pope. We'll have a pitching change here. So, Mount Vernon changing pitchers after the 5-run second by Ashland. Perfect day to be outside on the playground, Brian.
Yeah, and I'm told I need to spot my children that there have been no sightings of them over at the park here this afternoon. So if you see about a 5'3" teenager walking around with a 7-year-old boy in a Nike shirt here in the greater Ashland area, tell them to come back over to Brookside. I'd appreciate it.
Thank you very much. There is the head man for Mount Vernon. As we want to welcome everybody watching in live and free on the OH Report. Let us know where you're watching from. There's 31 of you watching on Facebook alone. Come on, give us a comment. Shout us out. We'll shout you out. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're rooting for.
And then on Monday afternoons, you guys got to tune into the OH Report video podcast. Even if you can't watch it live, I know some of y'all got jobs, you got lives. We typically go live between 3:30 and 4 o'clock.
Even Ashland's coach said she'd watch it. She forgot to tune in, but she will.
Yeah, check it out after the fact. Always available on YouTube and Facebook for your viewing pleasure. Give us a like, subscribe to the OH Report.
Emily Burke now in the pitch for the Lady Jackets as Schmitz takes ball 1. Also, for those of you that did watch the podcast yesterday, I finally got my jersey. It finally came in from FedEx this afternoon, 4 days after the fact, so finally it made its 60-mile trek from Grove City, Ohio to my apartment in Ontario.
I'm sure there was plenty of people on pins and needles just waiting for that delivery to come through, Trav.
Swing and a miss. Strike 1. We're even at 1. And we do have some shout. Charles Toms, our good friend from Lucas. Good work, Brian and Travis, Coach Toms. And Jason Joyner, Let's Go Jackets. Thank you all for watching. That ball taken for strike 2. It's 2-2. Hopefully you're all watching on your tablet, TV, PC, out on your porch. Perfect day to have a nice beverage, maybe some tea as you sit there and watch. That ball gets away. Runners are going to advance. Ball 3. And now the Lady Arrows again. 2 more runners in scoring position here. They can add on a little bit more.
Full count here for the freshman. Already scored a run today. Trying to get back on base in a key spot.
Fly ball right to center field, though. Herb under it makes the catch, and finally Mount Vernon gets out of the inning, but the Lady Arrows put 5 up. They lead 6-3 after 2.
Mild or spicy?
Ooh, spicy.
Lab or poodle? Back roads or highways?
Back roads.
Okay, which Fritos?
That is a tough one.
Fritos. Down for everything.
Brookside Park. Ashland leading 6-3, top three. Kenzie Cronapple, the cleanup hitter, took ball one on the first pitch of the inning. Travis Berardi alongside Brian Skoronsky.
Hey, everybody.
What an inning for the Lady Arrows with 2 out in that bottom of the second.
Yeah, it's pretty gutsy, man. It all started with just one girl eking out a bunt, getting on base, and then everything snowballed from there. Clutch hitting, big hits, and now Ashland putting themselves in front for the first time here this afternoon.
And you got to go back to the top of the second inning when the great catch by Lang to get the second out, and then the strikeout to really keep Mount Vernon off the board. That got the momentum, because this could be a different ballgame if she doesn't make that catch back there behind the plate. 1-2 pitch. High, ball 2. Cronapple struck out in the first inning. I want to give a shout out to Donna Roberts watching from Ashland for Ashland. And then Adam Schlosser. Have a feeling you're related to Mac. Let's go Jackets. Thank you all for watching. 2-2. Line down the line, but it's going to go out of play. We stay at 2-2.
Yeah, this girl's a dangerous hitter, even behind in the count. A lot of extra base hits for her this season.
And yeah, it's 6-3, but there's still a lot of game to be played between these two teams with really good offenses.
We'll see, Raymer, though, has done a nice job from the circle. Her runs so far that have been tacked on the board, I believe, to this point, are pretty much all unearned. So if she can start easing into the game, could be a long couple of innings here in this mid portion for the Jackets.
That's already her 5th strikeout here in 2 1/3 innings. Now up to 93 on the season. 17 away from the Ashland record. That'll bring up Pope. Struck out looking in the first. Swings through. Strike 1.
I see we've lost our top camera girl to baby duty, hanging out with our director's child in the bleachers instead of doing her job. So we're a big family here at the OH Report. We try to make it all work.
But we're able to, because we have some very dedicated people here at the OH Report. No balls, 1 strike. The Pope. The pitch. Line down the line. That's off the glove of the third baseman. A base hit. Pope rounds first. She's going to go into second, and it's a double.
Yeah, Schmidt nearly was able to snag that one.
That's ripped right at her. There's not much you can do. Your reaction time down there on the hot corner, called the hot corner for a reason. That showed right there. Just off the tip of her glove, almost makes the great play. Instead, Pope gets a double, and Mount Vernon back in the business here with 1 out in the 3rd. Brings up Christopher. She had an RBI single in the first. That was the lone hit until the double. First pitch to her, swings through it, strike 1.
Nice job starting off the at-bat here for Brandolin with a quick strike.
I think I mentioned this during the Wendy's. You see, it's not regular eye black now. It's glittery silver eye black that these players wear. Not only did Ashland wear that, but we saw, Hillsdale and a couple other teams sporting that silver, sparkly face paint. I mean, you got to look good out there, right?
Well, if girls can find a way to implement glitter into just about anything, I think they're going to go ahead and take that initiative. It's definitely made its way into eye black this season.
1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Reimer added a little bit extra oomph there as you heard the grunt.
And she'll do that on occasion. It just seems like she just reaches back a little bit further, and, you know, studies have proven you throw that grunt in there, Travis, it can give you up to 7 to 10% more energy behind whatever it is that you're unleashing.
I mean, we all do it too when we pick up heavy equipment. You get it up, so.
For a reason, man.
Yeah. You hear a lot with tennis, too. A lot of tennis player, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Get that extra reach. The 1-2 pitch. Inside hitter on the foot. That's a dead ball, so Pope will go back to second, but another base runner. The 4th hit batsman of the day by Reimer. Once again, we want to let you know to comment on our Facebook or YouTube streams or on Twitter, #FanZone. Let us know where you're watching from. Give us a shout-out. Give your favorite player, your team a shout-out, and we'll get you on the Fan Zone. But sorry for cutting you off, Brian, for that plug. Go ahead.
I was just going to do the same thing myself, let the people know. We just like reading your comments over the air.
We like having conversations, too, as the Lady Arrows are having a conversation right now. A powwow on the mound, as they would say down there.
Well, one out here for Brandolin from the circle, and you know, Makari, she threw the full 7 innings yesterday in a win against Northwestern, so I think that she would be available if needed to come in for a couple of innings.
It's a lot different than baseball. You don't need to take a 2-3 day break. You could actually pitch a doubleheader if you wanted to. I saw Reimer. They played Madison at Ashland. They played Carey first. She pitched the whole game. Then she pitched the first 2 innings before her back tightened up a little. And then Makari comes in and closes out the deal. But both pitchers, Makari actually has a better ERA than Reimer, which is crazy to say. Also 70 strikeouts on the year. So if she does have some you know tightness in the back or something, she doesn't have to fight through it. She knows that Makari can come in and help her out. As Silvery takes strike 1. And that's been a big key to Ashland's success this year, especially after the injury. Having Chapman, this freshman, come in and just play like a senior.
Grown a lot throughout the season, according to her head coach, and displaying leadership skills well beyond her years, already being one of the more vocal players on the team. But when you got the game to back it up, it definitely it helps you elevate yourself into that type of position where girls that might be juniors and seniors are listening to you. It's like, well, hell, man, this girl's hitting 500 on the season, got 6 dingers, a whole bunch of RBI. Maybe she's got something to say that's worth listening to.
Silvery swung through that 0-1 pitch. Now 0-2 count. Reimer way ahead. Steph Boom. Let's go, Molly. Hello, Steph. The 0-2. Fouled off. We'll go again. And also for Makari, she was I believe, the number 3 golfer on the girls' golf team for Ashland, the leading scorer on the basketball court, and now she's out here really helping this team out.
I mean, she got game, just one of those versatile threats that you can plug and play, and no matter what it is, if it's a competition and there can be a winner and a loser, she seems like she's one of those type of gals. She's going to figure out how to get real good at it real quick.
Another 0-2 pitch from Reimer. Behind the batter. Both runners are going to advance easily. And now Mount Vernon with 2 ducks on the pond with 1 away. Big chance for Silvery here to get Mount Vernon right back into this in the 3rd inning. And this is a big pitch here for Reimer. She's been wild at times today, but she's been able to regroup and get out of it. So can she get this strikeout here, get the 2nd out of the inning? One-two pitch. High and outside, 2-2.
Yeah, I was noticing on the Fan Zone, lots of shout-outs for the Falcons. Am I missing something? They in the building? Even Brandolin was like, where? Huh? Okay.
And I've been saying Reimer. It's Raymer.
Yeah, well, I've been wanting to correct you.
Amelia
It definitely-
Torres corrected
There's
me.
an E in there.
Raymer.
It's been Raymer all along.
Could have told me earlier, but thanks to our fans for correcting that. I'll get a lot of flack from her probably later. She took her aggression out on that, though. Strike 3, and she does get out number 2. 6 strikeouts for Raymer. 2 away for Harris. Was hit by a pitch earlier on. Mike Heichelbeck, you guys do a good job.
Thanks, Mike.
Raymer, first pitch wide and outside, ball 1.
I mean, how big would this be from the senior captain to be able to get out of a situation, just 1 down, girls on 2nd and 3rd, 4-time defending OCC champions.
Not only that, get out of this inning, maybe add a couple more runs on, get her more comfortable to get back out there inside the circle. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. A lot of swings and misses this inning. She wasn't getting that too much in the first 2 innings, but I think she's now hitting those spots, getting a little more comfortable.
Which typically you'll see a lot more swings and misses early on in games. And then 2nd, 3rd time through the order, get a little bit more comfortable, but it's been a different story here for Raymer.
That one popped foul, out of play. Raymer ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Massive pitch on the way here.
She can play with this as well. She's ahead in the count, couple balls to work with. Let's see if she does that or just goes right at her with that fastball. It's been successful here in this inning.
Yeah,
the
she's been on a roll, man.
She does. Strike 3. Gets out of the jam with 2 straight Ks. Ashland maintains the 6-3 lead going to bottom 3.
Mild or spicy?
Ooh, spicy.
Lab or poodle? Back roads or highways?
Back roads.
Okay, which Fritos?
That is a tough one.
Fritos. Down for everything.
Bottom of the 3rd on a beautiful May afternoon. Perfect time, too, as we're getting to the end of the regular season. Championship time, getting into tournament time, too. But, couldn't have asked for a better atmosphere this afternoon. And once again, we want to thank the athletic departments of Mount Vernon, Ashland, also the folks here at Brookside Park for moving this here and allowing us to bring you this game today, this championship game, live and free on the OH Report.
Don't get too many games like this on the schedule this late in the season where you'll have an undefeated in the league going against a team that's been dominating the conference for many years in a row.
Ooh.
Just 1 loss so far. Mount Vernon dropping a game to Lexington, who great team this season
#1
in Division
seed in their
2.
district, yeah.
So this was a matchup I thought that was worthy of a live stream, and everyone who helped orchestrate this game being moved to Brookside Park, we applaud you.
Burke pulled the string on that second to last pitch for the strike. Gets one on the corner, head of 1-2 to Baker. Ground ball is short on the first. It's under the glove of Christopher. Bates a little bit short on the throw. It's a throwing error. And Baker gets on.
Yeah, nice hustle by Marcy. Going full bore all the way into first base, and it'll pay off. Leadoff runner on board here for the Lady A's.
Let's bring up Serena Miller. She grounded out the second in the last inning. Places the bunt down, but it goes foul. And once again, with that leadoff runner on in the bottom of the order, Ashland playing a little small ball here to try to get a run across. It worked successfully last inning, and it turned into a huge inning for them. Miller tries the bunt again, fouls it off. Now she's behind 0-2. Hasn't had a sacrifice attempt this season. Now has to battle back. 11 of 46 on the year. Takes ball one outside. 6-3 Ashland on the Amato's Wood-Fired Pizza scoreboard. This would be a perfect day to have some pizza out on the porch, on your deck. Ground ball to third. On to second for one. Throw to first, not in time, but they do get the lead runner one away.
Good job getting that runner out at second base. Well played that time by Mack, just gobbling it up.
The 5-4 fielder's choice. Miller now on at first, brings up Hannah Miller. Gonna take a guess and say that's Serena's sister. She had that huge bunt single. Kept the inning alive and allowed the Lady Arrows to score 4 more times and take the lead.
Yeah, it could have been a championship clinching part of that inning there. 2 down, Ashland bringing 4 across the board.
And like they always say, speed kills. And it might have killed another chance at an OCC championship for Mount Vernon, but still, only bottom of the third. A lot of game to be played. Off-speed pitch, fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And a little bit out in front with that swing. Nice job with the off-speed pitch. Get ahead in the count here. Opportunity to go 2 down.
One-two pitch. Just outside, it's 2-2. And if you're the Lady Arrows, you're going to want to add on as much as possible in this game. I mean, you really can't get comfortable in a game like this. You haven't really been here before in the last 8 years. Something these players have not been in. They were in a district semifinal last year. They lost a tough one, 3-1, but really haven't been in many games like this. You just want to get as many runs as possible, try and get as comfortable as possible, but know for the fact that the other team there has been in a situation a lot and knows how to score runs. 2-2 pitch. Popped into center field. It's going to drop. And into second, barely beating the throw is Miller, so Miller with the single. Miller advances to second. And it'll bring up the top of the order. Just one of those little get the bat on the ball bloop singles.
Yeah, and this is where the damage can happen for Ashland. As you mentioned, they basically have like 2 leadoff hitters in the lineup.
I'll bring up Atkins. 1 for 1. Single, a walk. She scored twice. And Makari Chapman on deck. So once again, you really can't pitch around her. You pitch around her, you get 2 big boppers coming up. Got to go right at her. That off speed taken for a strike. And she is ahead 0-2. A big at bat here for Burke. Just outside, ball one. Say hello to Steve Bates, watching on Facebook. 1-2 pitch. Fouled off. We'll go again.
Again, getting ahead in the count is Mount Vernon. Can they slam the door and start getting a couple of outs, though?
You really want to be at 2 outs when you get to the 2 in the lineup. That's right at Silvery. She makes the catch, no tag, so they do get the out. 2 away, but now you have to face Makari Chapman. Same situation as the second inning as well, Brian. 2 outs, runners on first and second for Chapman. And we know what happened. She walked, and then Lang comes up and hits the bases clearing double to the gap. Who would you rather face, Brian, a 492 hitter or a 500 hitter?
I mean,
right?
Neither sounds very appealing, but that's the situation right now for the Jackets. So we'll see how they go about approaching this at-bat here with Makari. Behind now, 1-0, and
just missed. She tried the outside corner. Didn't get it. It's 2-0.
it looks pretty obvious that they don't want to try to challenge her too much.
Nope. You're going to continue seeing those pitches to the outside. Maybe Chapman's able to take it the opposite field. But I don't think there's going to be one going down the center. Off speed, though, and she does take it the right. Base hit. Around third comes Miller in the score. She's safe. Chapman to second on the throw. It's 7-3 Lady Arrows.
25 ribbies now for Makari Chapman on the season.
And a great job by her adjusting to the off speed, slowed down her bat just enough to dink it into right field, scores a run, and now second and third for Lang. And that's as expected, she's going to be intentionally walked. That'll load the bases for Iceman. She had an RBI single, 2 for 2, 2 singles. So Mount Vernon not out of this yet. Can the Lady Arrows blow this open, or can Mount Vernon get back to the dugout? That's taken ball one.
Ball well outside, too. Not testing Avery with the first pitch of the at-bat.
Bottom of the third, 2 away. Ground ball, can they get her out at first? They do, so only 1 run scores, but Ashland does add on. It's 7-3 after 3.
Mild or spicy?
Ooh, spicy.
Lab or poodle? Back roads or highways?
Back roads.
Okay, which Fritos?
That is a tough one.
Fritos, down for everything.
Top of the fourth here. As Raymer goes ball 1 to Grace Bates, the shortstop, the 9-hitter. Struck out in the second. 7-3 now. Lady Arrows lead.
It's actually Emily Burke, pitcher, who's up right now at the dish.
So they did make a change.
And Emily did a decent job of getting out of that last inning. Just one run posted up on the board. Opportunity that could have been a whole lot more damage for Ashland to create some significant differential on the scoreboard, but still right in it. Mount Vernon, just one swing in the back and change everything.
Takes ball 2. It's 2-1, and yeah, that was a big moment. Only give up one run with the heart of the Ashland order up, and Raymer pulled up a little bit there. It's that left knee that she has the brace on. Hopefully it's nothing serious, but just giving herself a minute. And she looks like she'll stay in there. Maybe she'll just tweak something, but.
It's by a little time, huh?
Yep.
A lot of babies out today. I'll tell you what. Spring is in the air, man. All that newness being put on full display here at Brookside Park.
2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, so apparently that wasn't much of an injury for her. She evens the count at 2, but yeah. Can't say enough about the weather this week. Yesterday was a really nice day. Today, the next couple days, 2% chance of rain, sunshine, and 80-degree weather. Can't ask for more. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 8th strikeout for Raymer. Up to 96 now for the season.
Just 23 away from, or 13 away.
14.
From becoming the all-time leader in the history of the program.
14 away from 500 as well. 500 strikeouts. Crazy.
That's a lot.
Catches the inside corner on Herb. Nearly hit her again.
Yeah, Lily's got to be a little bit gun-shy at this point when she's in the box. Suffered what I thought was going to be a game-ending injury in her previous at-bat, getting hit on the wrist. But she was able to shake it off, stayed out there. And looking to get on base here for her Yellow Jackets, who desperately need to get something going. I mean, you know, still a few more innings, not panic time by any stretch, but it's always nice if you can at least inch yourself a little bit closer, get a run here, get a run there, as we've seen Ashland do, creating a little bit more distance on the scoreboard.
Always good to get a shutdown inning after scoring a run. We'll get timeout. Herb stepping out of the box. Now we'll get the 0-2 pitch. Raymer. Popped up just over her head. Miller on the first, but beat it out nonetheless. And Mount Vernon with another runner. That's going to be a single. She had that beaten out. But just it's an unlucky play there for Raymer. Just a little blooper right over her head. Took a bit of a spin for Miller. And that was just enough time for Herb to get down there to the first with the single.
And I see Lily, you know, still showing a little bit of pain there in the right shoulder, the left wrist.
I think a little sigh of relief, too, that she didn't reach first via the hit batsman again. Bunt attempt fouled off by Ensley. And again, Raymer ahead. No balls, one strike. Shout out to Jason Joyner. Good work, Jackets. Let's get the sticks out. Thank you for watching, Jason. And thank you, everybody, watching on Facebook and YouTube, live and free this afternoon. A 1 pitch from Raymer. High ball 1, it's 1-1. You have any plans for this week, Brian? Perfect weather to be outside, other than covering games.
I have some live streams to do tomorrow. Going to be at Mansfield Senior High. Going to be showcasing some kids that are making some commitments to move on to the next level in their academic career, so you can tune in for that. On Friday, we've got North Central State College graduation. Should be a good time. That's my alma mater, and a few people on staff, former students of mine over at NC State, where I got to teach a couple of courses. Got a lot of editing to do still from my Frito adventures over the last few weeks. Many videos still to make.
At least have the window open when you do that. The 1-2 fouled off again. I mean, enjoy the weather somehow. I mean,
yeah.
Maybe sit on the back patio, and I don't know.
I could do that.
Got to enjoy the first great week of weather this year.
Yeah, I wish that I could be a little bit more spicy and say, yeah, I'm playing golf every day.
That's what yeah.
But I'll leave that to the rest of y'all to go break in the course, make it a little bit easier for me by the time I get my clubs out. Probably by the end of May, I'll be ready.
1-2. Fouled off. Well, I'd like to say I'd be out on the course too, but it's tournament time. We got highlights to do, my friend.
Yeah, lots of tournament softball this week, and then
tomorrow,
next week.
Well, actually, tomorrow it's regular season. Colonel Crawford softball against rival Upper Sandusky. They can clinch a conference championship with 2 wins, one against them and Cary this week. And then it's tournament time. I believe I'll be at Mohawk for their sectional championship on Thursday. 1-2 again. Grounded to short. Miller on the first, but she beat it out. 2 straight infield singles for Mount Vernon, and they're in business with Schlosser coming up.
And I think that's kind of all set up by Lily Erb, just making a nice break there from first base. It did not allow Ashland to go to second for the easy force out because she was already there.
So first and second here. Mount Vernon trailing by 4, but it would go a long way if they could get a run or 2 across here in the 4th inning. 25 RBI by Schlosser, only 1 behind Crown Apple for the team lead. Takes strike 1 on the corner.
Now, this is a girl that they feel like they need to rely on to come through with clutch hits. Senior season, lone returning starter from a team last year, conference champions, district champions. 55's come through on a couple occasions already tonight. See if she's got another one left in her.
0-1 pitch. It hit her. Loads the bases up with 1 away. And like the second inning for Ashland, perfect time for Crown Apple to be coming up here. However, she has struck out twice. So a great way for redemption for her. And on the other side of things, great opportunity for Raymer to possibly get her 3rd strikeout of Crown Apple and take momentum back for the Lady A's here in the top of the 4th.
Awesome battle about to go down right now. Brandolin going through some struggles here in this portion of the inning. But as you mentioned, Mackenzie's been having her own struggles so far here this afternoon at the plate. Something's got to give.
Fouled off. And again, that fastball. Bit of a rising fastball, too, so you can't really pinpoint where it's going to be. Nonetheless, Raymer's ahead 0-1.
Yeah, bases chucked here for Mount Vernon. can tie things up with one big swing from Crown Apple.
The 0-1 pitch. Popped up right to Raymer. Gets just enough spin on it to pop Crown Apple up right back to her, and a big second out for Ashland.
Yeah.
Let's say a slider, maybe a slurve, something, but the spin of it just enough away from the barrel of the bat to get the pop up. And now there's 2 down for Pope. She did hit a double in the 3rd inning. Two down, bases loaded for Mount Vernon. Ball 1. Pope worked the count full in the 1st inning before striking out looking. 2nd pitch of the 3rd inning she took it for a double. Mount Vernon would love for her to get another one there on this at bat as she calls time. As a fan, you love these clutch situations, Brian, but as a player, get a little nervous in there.
Yeah, especially with so much at stake here tonight.
1-0 pitch. Ground ball to 3rd! Taken by Schmidt, steps on 3rd. They get out of the inning with no runs given up. Perfectly placed. Lady Arrows put up a 0. On defense, they come up in the 4th by 4.
Mild or spicy?
Ooh, spicy.
Lab or poodle? Back roads or highways?
Back roads.
Okay, which Fritos?
That is a tough one.
Fritos, down for everything.
Right place at the right time for Taylor Schmitz. Ashland playing no doubles defense. She's right on the line, gets the chopper, steps on 3rd. Ashland puts another 0 up on the board defensively. They lead 7-3 going bottom 4. Travis Berardi alongside Brian Skoronsky. Big 2 outs there by Brandolyn Raymer.
I mean, that's about as gutsy as it gets. Bases chucked, jackets, got a couple girls at the plate that typically big-time hitters, and Brandolyn was able to reach back, dig deep, gut it out. Back-to-back huge outs there for Ashland, and maintains that 4-run advantage here in the bottom of the 4th.
And now she has a chance to add on herself. She'll lead off. Takes ball 2. Make sure to stay tuned after the game. Brian will talk with our MVP. That and more in the postgame.
Yeah, I'm thinking, there's a couple girls right now that are in the conversation.
Take strike 1. Yeah.
You like what Brandolyn Raymer has done since the 1st inning, basically going pretty spotless. I mean, she's pitched herself out of a couple of tough spots. It's been fun to watch. But Haley Lang, with that bases clearing hit, so monstrous. Probably the biggest play in the game.
1 for 1 with a double, 3 RBI. She scored a run, and she's walked twice. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball, foul. Burke was able to get 2 calls on that lower corner to get this even at 2-2. Right back at her. Easy throw to Christopher, 1 down.
Good job by the senior to start the inning here with a quick out. Get out an excellent hitter at that.
Now up, number 15, Taylor Schmidt.
Just quick reflexes. Nice pitch and catch over to first base.
Now comes up Schmidt. So the two players to get out of the inning defensively, get the first two at bats at the bottom of the inning. Schmidt's 0 for 1, grounds the third on the first. Quick 2 outs for Burke.
Yeah, we haven't seen very many quick half innings at all here.
We have not seen a 1-2-3 half inning yet today. Knock on wood.
Number 18, Marcy Baker.
Brings up Marcy Baker. 0 for 1 with a sacrifice. She reached via throwing error in the third. Line drive right at Bates. And there is the first 1-2-3 inning of the game. We've played 4. Lady Arrows leading 7-3.
Mild or spicy?
Ooh, spicy.
Lab or poodle? Back roads or highways?
Back roads.
Okay, which Fritos?
That is a tough one.
Fritos, down for everything.
Quick 1-2-3 inning gets Mount Vernon back to bat, trailing 7-3. They did get some momentum offensively in that fourth inning. However, Brandolyn Raymer able to shut things down, get the final 2 outs without any harm. Addison Christopher up the bat. She's 1 for 1 with an RBI single. She was also hit by the pitch in the third inning. Swings through that one, strike 1.
Brandolyn showing some guts at the end of that last inning. See if she can roll that over into some positive momentum here from the circle.
Fly ball in the gap. Can Miller get to it? She does. Nice track down by Hannah Miller, 1 away.
Almost looked like Hannah lost it in the sun until the very last second. Let's check it out on the Frito Lay replay. Yeah.
And great communication from Natalie Atkins, too. Miller called for it. Atkins just backs her up. No chance of a collision there. Makes the catch, and it's 1 away. Brings up Silvery, 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And if you're Mount Vernon, you want to kind of build from that momentum of the last inning because you don't want to go down 1-2-3 and let that momentum come back to Raymer.
Yeah, a team that hits 356 as a unit has not had that type of success here this evening. Gets arguably the greatest pitcher in Ashland history.
Only 4 hits as well. Raymer with 8 strikeouts this afternoon. And what could be the biggest win of her career thus far if she can finish this out.
Yeah, should be a nice little celebration here this evening.
The 0-1. Right down the pipe, strike 2. And at this point, this is where you choke up on the bat. Just try and foul things off. Try and stay alive in this at bat. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Got her to go outside. 2 down.
And you mentioned we had not seen a 1-2-3 inning until the bottom half of that fourth. Well, looks like we may be in line for another one here, back-to-back here in the top of the fifth.
Great opportunity here with the bottom of the order. Harris up. She was hit by a pitch in the third, struck out in the fourth. Or second and the third innings, my correction. Takes ball one there. This OCC Championship Series, two-game series between Ashland and Mount Vernon. Ashland just needs one win to clinch. Mount Vernon needs a sweep to win its fifth straight. The 1-0. Ground ball just underneath the glove of Raymer. Miller on the first, though, gets the out. A 1-2-3 inning for Brandolyn Raymer and company, and they will come to bat, leading by 4 in the bottom of the fifth.
Mild or spicy?
Ooh, spicy.
Lab or poodle? Back roads or highways?
Back roads.
Okay, which Fritos?
That is a tough one.
Fritos. Down for everything.
Bottom of the fifth here. Both sides with 1-2-3 innings. And that's exactly what Mount Vernon needs right now. Another 1-2-3 inning to get back to the plate. They are running out of outs here. Ashland leading 7-3. Travis Berardi alongside Brian Skoronsky on a beautiful May afternoon. Ball inside. 82 degrees at first pitch here.
Now the sun's starting to drop a little bit as we're closing in on 7 p.m.
In there for strike one.
And probably a welcome cooling off here at the field for the players who, before the game, we at least saw the Ashland team all crowded in the dugout, taking in that shade, as it was a little bit balmy out there.
Line drive, base hit underneath the glove of the shortstop. It's a hit for Serena Miller. She's on for the second straight time. Nice effort by Ensley, but just underneath her glove. And the Lady Arrows with something doing here once again at the bottom of the order.
Yeah, the senior kicking off the inning in style, finding the gap, getting on board here, trying to make some more noise.
Brings up her sister Hannah. She's 2 for 2 with 2 singles, both bunt singles. And once again, just even if it just moves the runner over, every run is critical for the Lady Arrows. Against this high-powered Mount Vernon offense, it's been contained thus far. Bunt laid down on the first. She beat it out again.
Wow, smoking speed down that first base line. You don't need power when you can run that fast.
If you take a look at the Frito Lay replay, yeah, just got the foot in there. Kind of shuffled it, almost lost the out because of that, but beats it out and then flexes to her coach. Just see the fans love it.
Yeah, Mac actually made a pretty good break on that ball, got it over to first base fairly quickly.
Atkins lays down a perfect bunt. Nobody at first. It's an infield single. Bases are juiced with nobody out.
Ashland looking to close this baby out, get that championship maybe early here tonight. They'd have to hang a crooked number, but off to a great start to do so.
Actually, no, they said it hit her outside. They're going to call her out.
Oh.
She was outside of the box. It hit her off the bunt, so she is out, and that's actually out number 1. Tough break there for the Lady Arrows. So the bunt hit her outside of the batter's box. That's an out. Runners go back to first and second. Now 1 away here. Big out there for Mount Vernon. As Chapman takes ball 2.
Yeah, we'll see if they can capitalize on getting that nice break.
Chapman pops it up. Nice catch there by Ensley. And just like that, instead of bases loaded, no outs. A couple pitches later, still first and second with 2 away. Still a good opportunity for Lang if they choose to pitch to her.
Yeah, that's the dilemma. Every time a girl like this steps into the batter's box, how much do you really want to risk putting something out there that she can get a hold of?
It worked for them last time, though. They walked her the loaded bases, and Iceman grounded out the second base. Will they choose to do that again, or are they going to go to the Ohio State commit? And they are going to pitch to her. First pitch. Oh. Lined right at the first baseman. What a catch by Christopher to get out of the inning. She smoked that. And Christopher right there, right place, right time. Mount Vernon escapes with no more runs on the board. We played 5, Ashland 7, Mount Vernon 3.
Mild or spicy?
Ooh, spicy.
Lab or poodle? Back roads or highways?
Back roads.
Okay, which Fritos?
That is a tough one.
Fritos, down for everything.
Add another dog to the list, Brian.
K9 Cam is back.
Top of the 6th coming up. Mount Vernon down to their final 6 outs. They need to win this to force a winner-take-all for the OCC championship. And I don't know if that dog's supposed to have that in. There you go. Pick something up there. Don't want to go to the doctor and get that taken out. But nonetheless, back to action. Emily Burke takes strike 1. Mount Vernon needs to win this to force a winner-take-all on Friday at Mount Vernon. If Ashland can hold on, get these final 6 outs, they will win their first OCC championship since 2014 and their 3rd overall.
The team has no idea, though, how many in a row they've won. We were talking to them before the game, and since the Windies lost to Hillsdale, only 1 time have they been defeated, that by New Philly. And I just asked Coach, hey, how many in a row? I think the answer is 6. I think they're going for 7 in a row tonight, but nobody wanted to talk about it. Nobody was interested in knowing the exact number. They know they've been on a roll. And so far here tonight, looks like it might just continue into an OCC crown.
And as Drake would say, trophies. Trophies.
Says a lot of things. But that'd be one that you could definitely put on the mantle if you're Ashland here.
Another number up on the banner, and some good momentum going into their tournament matchup. 1-2 pitch. Grounded foul. We'll go again. Herb on deck. She's reached base in all 3 at-bats. So Mount Vernon would like to get somebody on ahead of her. Once again, we want to welcome everybody watching on Facebook and YouTube, live and free on the OH Report. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're rooting for, what you're doing, enjoying this beautiful day. And on Twitter, if you want to comment, hashtag FanZone. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Little extra sauce on that one.
Number 5, Lily
Brings back up the top of the order. And Lily Herb.
Well, we know Lily can get on base. She's been there, I think, every time so far.
She's got a couple bruises to prove, but then she did single in the 4th. Mount Vernon desperately needing base runners here in the 6th. Takes ball 1 low. Both of these teams top 10 in their district tournament draws here in Division 1. Mount Vernon 9th out of 48 teams. Ashland 7th out of 18. 1-0 pitch, high ball 2. And Mount Vernon in that central district to where most of their games are played at the higher seed. And then just lucky for them, if they end up winning their district, their regional is going to be played at Centerburg, about 10 minutes away from their high school. So things setting up to be pretty good for them if they can get through, especially if they can get their sectional victory. Emma Calkins will be able to come back and play in their district, so rooting for that as well. Strike 1 on the outside.
Yeah, what a lift she would bring back to the team, of course. Just had surgery today. Coach says kind of become the vocal leader of the team. One of the spirit creatures and animals out there for him. And when you're batting .465, you know, that helps too. When your play can back up the words and the mentality, the emotions that you bring out to the field.
2-1 pitch. Fly ball left field. Back over the head. Herb into second with a stand-up double. On base for a 4th time.
Yeah, she's been outstanding here so far this evening.
That
Put
just
right over
carried.
the head of Marcy Baker,
Just
who
kept carrying over her head.
didn't look like she had a good read on it initially. Because as you mentioned, it just kept going and going.
They'll bring up Kennedy Ensley. She singled in the 4th.
That's what the Jackets need here. Obviously try to get some runners in scoring position, but they've been held scoreless 4 innings in a row after getting off to a really hot start. Took a lead 3-0 in the top of the 1st. Nothing since. So, oof, that one just whizzes by the head that time of Ensley. You'd love here if you're Mount Vernon to at least get one. Get something on the board.
And also if you're Ashland, go for the outs. They do score. It's still a 3-run game, but you want outs right now, even with a runner on second, because that runner right now doesn't really hurt. If they get multiple batters on, that's when you get into some trouble. Check swing. Did she go? She did. It's 1-1.
Yeah, Kennedy unable to hold up that time. Trying to make something happen here. Looking for her 26th hit of the season.
1-1 pitch. Popped up the left, and it tails foul. Baker playing way up, still unable to get it. Takes the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Look at that view. That's just. I have to commend the grounds crew here. Field looked perfect when we got here today. Grass nicely cut. Lines were put out. It's.
Yeah, a
It's a
lot
fun
goes
sight.
into getting a playing surface ready for a big time contest like this. So again, big love and shout out to everybody helping bring the game to Brookside Park today. As there's a swing and a miss, Raymer clocking another one out of here.
Got the check swing on the off speed. 2 down.
Number 55, Max Schlosser.
11th strikeout. She is 1 away for 100 strikeouts on the season. 11 away from the record. Brings up Max Schlosser. And Adam Schlosser saying, "Let's go, Mac." Knuckler on the first. Inning over. So Mount Vernon gets a runner on second with that one out, but doesn't do anything with it. Mount Vernon scoreless again here in the 6th.
Mild or spicy?
Spicy.
Lab or poodle? Back roads or highways?
Back roads.
Okay, which Fritos?
That is a tough one.
Fritos, down for everything.
Four, 5, 6 due up here. Bottom 6 for Ashland. As Avery Iceman fouls that off to start the bottom of the inning. Travis Berardi alongside Brian Skoronsky here from Brookside Park. Ashland now 3 defensive outs away from that OCC championship.
I'm sure they'd love to be able to at least make it a 5-run game. That way, one big smash of the bat can't tie things up.
Iceman will foul that off.
Avery having a nice season so far, batting just below 400.
3 homers as well.
Such a potent lineup. Up at the top, 500, 492, 393, 390, 390, 350, all out of the chute to start things off here for Ashland. So it's been a test here for Mount Vernon, and they're a team that, even though they're the 4-time defending OCC champions and one of the top seeds in their district, they actually felt they were the underdog coming into today. And I think when you do look at the rosters from top to bottom,
That's popped up the second.
could be.
Yeah, and this is a lineup. 8 players in this lineup have hit home runs. Anybody, like I said this on the podcast, this is a lineup from 1 to 9 that can hurt you. There's no soft spots in that lineup. And then with the pitching that you have with Chapman and Raymer, if they can play a perfect game, if they can avoid those first inning errors like they did tonight, it looks like it's not going to hurt them, but we still have a little bit left in this game as Raymer takes ball 1. But if they can avoid that, put together some games like this in the tournament, they may very well be possibly making it to a Sweet 16.
Well, it's a team that, if you did watch the Always Report video podcast yesterday, we talked about just about everybody was jumping on the bandwagon as a potential underdog, an underseeded team that could make a deep run in the tournament. So for all the reasons that you just outlined, that's why we are buying in, getting the stock while it's low, And we think that it could be worth a little bit more by the end of the tournament.
I also said both of these teams, though, because both are kind of – we go top 4 seed, but I guess in the districts for Division I, top 10 seeds, like a top 4 seed, but still lower seeded teams. I said Mount Vernon, they have the opportunity of doing great things, but Ashland, I think, has just a little bit more. As that's ripped by Raymer to right. She has a single.
First hit of the evening for Brandolin.
Now up number 15,
Who
Taylor Schmidt.
I think is trying to become that MVP for the game.
She's the 6th Lady Arrow to have a hit tonight. And we'll have a pinch runner. Courtesy runner for the pitcher and the catcher. They're allowed to have that without the runner needing to go out. And I believe that's Sydney Heichelbeck.
Yeah, senior spelling out a senior here, and there's a lot of them from top to bottom on the Ashland roster. Tons of veterans.
Ball
on
gets
this
away.
unit.
Sorry, Brian. Heichelbeck takes second. Heichelbeck, big blow against Madison at Ashland. She hit a grand slam in the first inning to cap off an 8-run inning. Ashland was able to hold off the Lady Rams to sweep them. But even off the bench, you have players that can hit home runs.
Yeah, a lot of depth. Plenty of talent here. And same for Mount Vernon, but starting to run out of time, obviously. Trailing by 4, Ashland with a threat out there on second.
Ground ball. Bates on the first, throws it away. Heichelbeck takes third on the throwing error.
Now Ashland in business. Runners on first and third.
Marcy Baker up to the plate, 0 for 2.
Marcy Baker.
Sacrifice, he reached on a throwing error in the 3rd inning. Lined out to short in the 4th, and here comes Coach. Just having a little chat, calming his defense down, maybe setting something up with his 1st and 3rd. That gives us a chance to look at the good pups, the good doggies.
Hey, it's what we do
Look at the
best
coat on
here.
that. Look at the coat on that one. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful.
Yeah, looks like a
hair.
golden retriever.
Mm-hmm. There's another one or 2. Actually, we got a 2 for right there.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. 3 dogs in the
3.
shot. You're right.
Oh, yes, behind the bags. Bat bags, yes.
So we got to be
Call
close.
that a 3 shot in the business.
Yeah, almost double-digit dogs that we've seen here on today's program.
And we actually have a game going on, too.
Oh,
First pitch
softball.
taken for a ball, but Schmitz literally walked to second base. They let her do that. You could say it's pup night here, once again at Brookside Park. Ooh, off-speed pitch. Evens the count at 1.
Yeah, not a real confident-looking swing there by Marcy. Definitely had her fooled.
Talking earlier how he said Mount Vernon's had 20 players play college softball in the last 4 years. This year they have 5 players committed.
Wow.
Another off-speed strike, too. Pope going to the University of Findlay in D2. Michaela Schlosser going to California University of Pennsylvania Division II school. Addison Christopher is going to the NAIA Rio Grande.
Okay.
Kelly Sullins is going to Division II University of Charleston in Charleston, West Virginia.
Nice.
And then Emma Calkin, she's going to Otterbein Division III.
Then
And most
over-
of these players are first or second year letter winners, but it's just because of what they've seen in travel ball and what they've done in JV. That off-speed pitch popped up to short for the easy out, 2 away. But year in and year out, this is what happens. And also I saw in the article there's 2 others that are getting looked at. Underclassmen are getting looked at as well. So this Mount Vernon team just keeps producing and producing college-level athletes.
That's why it's an excellent program. Kids love playing for. Why they've got 38 girls on the roster this season. That is a ridiculous amount, folks. 2 junior varsity rosters this season for the Jackets. And for Ashland, I'm at least aware of, 2 girls that are going to be playing at the next level, and Raymer at Coppin State, Lang committed to Ohio State. So you're looking at least 7 girls in this game going to be moving on, playing at the collegiate level. It's awesome, man. Awesome to have this amount of talent and girls putting in the hard work, and it's more than just your game. It's who you are as a person, what you do in the classroom. So there's a lot of little nuggets and layers that come with becoming a collegiate athlete. So
and it doesn't matter if it's Division I or Division III or NAIAs. That's grounded to third on the first. Yes, got her. So we will continue this conversation in the top of the 7th. But Ashland, 3 outs away from an OCC championship. We'll find out if they can finish it off live and free on the OH Report.
Mild or spicy?
Ooh, spicy.
Lab or poodle? Back roads or highways?
Back roads.
Okay, which Fritos?
That is a tough one.
Fritos. Down for everything.
Hello, Storm Blunchley. And Hayden Gray, both of our camera people out there. And then we have Jory Holland back in here. Ashland, 3 outs away from an OCC championship. And let's continue the conversation we had right before the 3rd out of that inning. It doesn't matter if you're D1, D2, D3, NAIA. You get a scholarship to play at the college level. That is an accomplishment. And I know there's some people, oh, it's not Division I, it's the lower. No. There are some great athletes all across the collegiate ranks.
I understand why people want D1 because they can get the full scholarships. I mean, that's awesome if you can get your full college experience paid for. But at the same time, even if it's just a little, hell, even if you're paying to go to college but you're still a part of a team that's playing at that level, it's awesome, like you said, Trav. So,
and even if you start, you might get looks to be able to transfer into a Division II or Division I college later on. It's just you get to continue playing the game you love.
Happens all the time, man. So it's great to see that a lot of these girls are going to be able to continue to make that dream a reality.
Cronapple fouls that off. She's behind 0-2.
But will the dream of continuing the OCC streak come to an end here for Mount Vernon?
Lady Jackets need 4 to extend, 5 to take the lead. They'll need to take the lead, win it, and then win on Friday to clinch the OCC championship. Ashland, all they need is 3 outs. And even if they don't, a win on Friday would still give them the championship. But you think they just want to get the 3 outs. At home in front of an OH Report audience. 0-2 pitch outside. She didn't take the bait. It's 1-2.
Yeah, really tried to make her chase that time. Every bit of half a foot off of the plate.
That girl already celebrating with her little dog.
They can sense it.
The 1-2 pitch. High ball 2. We're even. Cronapple up now. Pope, Christopher, due up.
Yeah, it's at least 3 of the hitters that you want to be approaching the plate here. If you're the Jackets, just nobody's really been able to figure out this Da Vinci code that is Brandolyn Raymer. Since that first inning, she's been great.
Well, even in the first inning, it was a couple of throwing errors. That's popped up over the heads of us. Fouled back, they'll go again, but she threw it. They laid down the bunt. There was a couple of errors. Those 2 errors don't happen. That RBI single doesn't happen, and it's a 0 still up on the board. So really I wouldn't say it was Raymer having an off inning, although she has hit quite a few batters here tonight. She's had some control issues, but it really hasn't hurt her because she's been able to come back and compose herself. And she's one strike away from 100 on the year, strikeout-wise. The 2-2. Popped out of play, will go again to the Little League Baseball team awaiting the field. They will be playing here next. And once again, we want to thank everybody, Brookside Park, I guess the city of Ashland too, for moving things around, allowing this game to be played here.
Just for little old us. For the only reason that they're here today.
Well, maybe it's not little old us anymore. People are moving things to get moving schedules around so the OH report can be here.
Don't forget, get in your orders via phone or at the location tonight.
Another foul ball.
Amato's Woodfired Pizza of Mount Vernon. A morel mushroom pizza. I mean, that's about as exclusive as it gets, man.
Is it worth the trip to Mount Vernon for you to get some tonight, Brian?
Well, probably not. Probably not going to be making that trip. I think by the time we get out of here and tear down and everything, I'd be cutting it pretty close.
8th pitch of the at-bat to Cronapple. 2-2 count. Top 7.
If they would want to deliver to me, though.
The pitch. Got her on the inside corner. Strike 3 looking. Number 100 on the year. 12th of the day for Raymer. 1 away.
Man.
Had a little mushroom on that one.
Yeah, and so 100 Ks this year, it just makes you really think about how devastating this girl was last season as a junior,
She had 248?
248 Ks, 17 wins, and an ERA sub 1.3. She was phenomenal, man. So to see her after that crazy car accident that she got into just in October be back approaching that level again, it's astounding.
Well, in her first outing against Norwalk, she threw a no-hitter.
Right. Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back. Comment from Jason Joyner. First time watching, and I'm impressed. Guys, great coverage, great game. Thanks for doing this. Well, thank you for watching, and we appreciate the comment. It was a team effort. That's fouled off. Evens the count at 1-1.
That is one thing about doing a softball game. Some of the other live streams that we do, I mean, we can get away. We can have 2 people at a football game or a basketball game and actually make it happen. I mean, we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 deep here to make a softball game happen, and this is about the bare minimum. This is about the minimum amount of people that we can have.
And Jason, keep watching because I believe we will have some at least highlight coverage of Mount Vernon's tournament run, baseball or softball possibly.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, I was actually reaching out to some sponsors this morning about the Yellow Jackets.
And if you're a sponsor out there in the Mount Vernon area and would like to help bring highlights of the Lady Jackets and the Jackets baseball team, maybe even a live stream down the line during their tournament run, contact Brian. Brian, B-R-I-A-N, at oh.report. No .com there, just oh.report. And he'll get back to you.
Yeah, we'd be happy to follow the Jackets softball and baseball team throughout their tournament run. So as many sponsors as we can get for different teams. Hey, we like to cover them all.
Too.
Yeah, well, we're doing Ashland.
And I also saw that
that there's an ant attacking you?
There was an ant attacking me, but that's fouled off. You are eligible to do a tape delay of the Final Four at Firestone. I did read that.
Oh, cool.
So
just got to get a team there.
Just need to get a team there. Maybe it's Mount Vernon. Maybe it's Ashland. Maybe it's another team like a Hillsdale or a Triway, a Madison or a Lexington. That's the beauty of it. Just whoever gets hot at the right time.
Well, it's certainly been Ashland here as of late. I believe that they are going for win number 7 in a row tonight.
And the biggest of the 7.
Yeah, they wouldn't confirm or deny that. They're not keeping track, they said. They just like playing good softball and right back at it again here.
And that ant did attack me.
I seen.
Thankfully, it was not a fire ant. Again with the 1-2. Off speed, just high. Oh, I thought the ump was going to ring her up for a second, but he stopped himself. Even Raymer had a bit of a laugh on that.
Yeah, I think he wanted to.
Let's take a look at that pitch one more time. Almost got it to drop down. And I can actually tell you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is for 8 in a row. The 2-2. Popped out of play. We'll go again.
Well, I guess.
Okay, nobody's hurt there. I heard an ooh, but that was.
Love to hear from the viewing audience and yourself, Travis, about it. Brandon Raymer, is that our pick for Always Report MVP this evening?
I would because of the. I mean, I would give it to Lang, but with her, the way she fought, especially with runners on base and less than 1 out or less than 2 outs, she was able to recover multiple innings. Especially the 4th and the 6th when it felt like Mount Vernon was about to get back in the game. She threw a shutdown. And she gets strike 3 there, swinging. 2 away. Yeah, it's got to be Raymer.
Yeah, I think her ears were buzzing. She knew that we were talking about her, and then she dialed that puppy up right there.
Curveball low and away.
Trying to get out of this inning.
Inside. Yeah.
Shut the door on their first OCC championship of any of these young ladies' careers, and the first since 2014 for the Ashland program.
Christopher up the bat. The Rio Grande commit. Ground ball to third. Schmitz on to Chapman. Bobbles. Picked it up. She's out. That's it. Not the fanciest way to get out number 3, but she gets it, and Ashland has won the OCC championship. Your final, Ashland 7, Mount Vernon 3, Lady Arrows OCC champs. We'll take a break. Brian will be back with, I'm guessing, Brandon Raymer.
I think that's the right choice.
Maybe more. We'll just see. Our MVP coming up in the post game after this. Your final 7-3 Lady Arrows live and free on the OH Report.
Mild or spicy?
Ooh, spicy.
Lab or poodle? Back roads or highways?
Back roads.
Okay, which Fritos?
That is a tough one.
Fritos. Down for everything.
Back now with our OH Report MVP. Brandolyn Raymer goes the distance for the first time all year, I'm learning. 0 earned runs for you. You give up just 5 hits, 13 Ks. But most importantly, you get that OCC championship. So I hear your girls over here, they're celebrating it a bit right now. Just what does it mean to you to be able to break the streak? It's been since 2014. Get it done here tonight.
I knew coming into this season that we had a good team and that we would go long with it. We have, in my high school career, we've never beat Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon's always been that one team we can't get. And honestly, I wasn't expecting to throw 7 innings, but with that adrenaline, we got it, and it just means so much because we could possibly be done with our season Friday if tomorrow doesn't go as planned. So at least we got an OCC championship. It's so awesome.
Yeah, still a lot to play for you as well with the tournament coming up. Tell me about just gutting it through tonight. It looked like on a couple of different occasions you were going through some pain, but you wanted to stick it in there for your girls, and you went the full 7.
The pain coming into today, the weather helps with pain, obviously. Like if it's colder, then you're going to be more stiff. So I went outside Sunday. I got some pitching in. I got my rise ball working. That really helped tonight. I was throwing that a lot. And yeah, I just gutted through it. I was like, I want this game. Like, I trust Makari too, but I was like, this is my game. Like, I feel like I can go 7, so I went 7, and I'm really happy about it.
And like you mentioned, never beat Mount Vernon in your career. You get off to a bit of a shaky start. You know, a couple unearned runs. Were you having some visions of like past games floating through your head when you're down 3-0? Yeah,
like I think that happened to with us Lexington like a few weeks ago. So I was like, oh no, but I have so much faith in our hitting. And I told them, I went in and I was like, we're going to score 5 runs right here. What did we do? Score 5 runs. And I'm just like so proud of them because they worked so hard. Like I didn't have the best game at the plate, but I'm glad that I had them behind me so we could get runs in because we can't win without runs. And I'm just so thankful for that.
Well, with 13 more Ks, you went over 100 for this season. Obviously, you had the crazy year last year, 250 Ks. So closing in, you're inching in on becoming the all-time leader. You know, how much is that in the back of your mind as you're about 1 game away from breaking the all-time record?
I started this game with needing 22, and now I'm at 13, minus 13. I think that's a 9. I don't know. I can't do math.
That was good math.
And so I'm hoping that tomorrow if I throw 3 innings, 9 strikeouts, and then it's just like, it's always there, but I dialed in this game. I was like, okay, we just need this win. We just need this one. So, yeah, it's always there, but I blocked it out tonight. Just wanted that win.
Well, OCC champion for the first time in your career, trying to become a sectional champion tomorrow. And then also, I just found out a new nugget. You sing too? What else are you doing with your free time?
I do choir, and I give lessons to the little kids all the time. Like around here, me and my brother, we actually have 2 youngins that we just started with a couple weeks ago. And yeah, I don't know if he's playing tonight, like one of our people that we give lessons to, but yeah, I give lessons and I sing, yeah.
Well, you might be getting a call from me. I've always wanted to learn how to sing. Not good at all. One thing I am good at, though, is giving people an opportunity to give shout-outs to people that are watching out there. So we had a decent crowd on the YouTube and the Facebook. Is there anybody that you would like to say what's up to?
Well, I think my family's here, so just like hey to them, and like anyone that's watching, like if any of my friends are watching, what's up? And also my brother's playing Mount Vernon right now, so I don't know if he got on the live stream, if they are done, so what up, Brayden?
All right, Brandolyn Raymer, your MVP, going the distance for the first time all season, 13 Ks, no earned runs. Throw it back up to you, Trav.
Thank you very much, Brian Skoronsky. As here for the post game, Ashland wins 7-3 to clinch the OCC championship. And let's go over the scoring real quick here in the post game show. Mount Vernon striking first in the top of the first. 3 runs on 2 errors, 1 hit. Lily Erb led the game off, getting hit by a pitch. 2 bunt errors, scored twice, and then Addison Christopher with the RBI single made it 3-0. Ashland answers in the bottom. Natalie Adkins walks to lead off the inning. She scores later on to make it 3-1, and then in the bottom of the second, the Lady Arrows took control with 2 out. Taylor Schmitz walks to lead off the inning, goes the second on a Baker sacrifice bunt, moves the third on a Serena Miller ground out, and then scores on a wild pitch. Hannah Miller then beats out a bunt single, and the floodgates start to open. Atkins with a single, Chapman walks, and then Haley Lang with the biggest hit of the season for her, a bases clearing double, completed the 5-run inning, making it 6-3. They added 1 more in the 3rd inning. Serena Miller reaching on the fielder's choice. Brian, how you doing? Sister Hannah with a single, advanced her, and then she scored on a Kari Chapman RBI single. That closes things out scoring-wise. Mount Vernon had a couple chances here to get back in it. They had 2nd and 3rd in the 3rd inning. But Raymer, 2 strikeouts to end the inning. In the 4th, they had the bases loaded, but a pop out to Raymer, and then they ground out to 3rd, and Taylor Schmitz ends that threat. They put a runner on in the 6th with 1 out, but once again, Raymer shuts things down. And Ashland wins its first OCC championship since 2014 and 3rd overall. That'll wrap things up here from Brookside Park. I want to thank everybody that helped make things possible today. Hayden Gray, center field camera. Storm Blunchley, our 3rd base camera. Jory Hollenbeck up here in the dugout with us. Adam Thompson spinning the 1s and 2s. Brian Skoronsky, color commentary with me. I also want to thank our sponsors, Amato's Pizza, our scoreboard sponsor, and Frito Lay, our commercial sponsor. And most importantly, we want to thank you, the fans, for watching. Your final one more time. Ashland defeats Mount Vernon 7-3. They're the OCC champions. For Brian Skoronsky, I'm Travis Berardi saying so long from Ashland, Ohio.